Good afternoon, everyone. Blizzards raging, Bosnia, snow across the Canary Islands, electrical prices, Europe out of control. Good afternoon, everyone. Blizzards in Bosnia, fireballs in Japan, snows in the Canary Islands, oil connections across Africa, electric price disruption in the EU. So what's the rest of 2025 going to bring us? Let's take a look at it. Starting you off here, Kagoshima, Japan. More widespread fireballs, larger. That would be what we're looking for as the Earth spins in front of the sun and all the planets are directly behind us, forming that splitting square. We're seeing things in the skies all around the world. Now this is in Bosnia, if you can believe it or not. Herzegovina. The snows, the blizzards raging, paralyzing parts of the country right in time for Christmas. That is some heavy wind and deep drifting snow. So this is the area here, Bosanic Petrovac. And this is in northwestern Bosnia. And I thought, what are all those things? They're sinkholes. And I was looking through. Those are all sinkholes from an aerial view in this same limestone area. That doesn't look to be really too stable now, does it? But you can see the rock walls behind there. Has been inhabited. I guess people didn't think that was dangerous. Let's stay in the snow for you. I got two jokes, Christmas jokes. Why can't Christmas trees knit? Because they lose their needles. And what do Santa's little school helpers learn at school? The alphabet. Oh yeah, share that one with your kids. They're gonna love it. Got the reindeers cruising. Did you get any gifts? Did Santa bring you something down? Did these reindeers appear? Yeah, the Autoped. Late 1880s. Electric scooter. Only 140 years later do we get it again. Did you get the wooden model under your tree this year? I don't know. These things have been around for quite some time. They even were in vogue in the 1910s and 20s, and they suddenly disappeared. Got to ask yourself why. And you also need to ask yourself why. In Tenerife, is it snowing? Now, it does snow occasionally at the very highest of the peaks, but this is just a little bit different. It is coming incredibly low. Making the news there December 24th. Tenerife, and let's go for a drive off of the beach into the pine forest. Yeah, that'll be fun. Want to go for a holiday for the fun and sun, but you end up Snowclaw Groves. I don't think you brought your ski boots with you, did you? I only brought my sandals. I packed incorrectly for this trip, I guess. And this has been a strange one this year, but you knew these record rains were going to transition into record snowfalls, and now we're seeing it even in low-lying areas. Hawaii had snows. Tenerife, we got it here. So wherever you look, we're starting to see strangeness around the planet, from the size of the bolides that are coming in to the side of the volcanic eruptions and everything in between, the tides, the waves, 80-foot waves on tap for California here coming up next week, and it just continues on and on. It turns out the key to losing weight and keeping it off is not carbs or fat or even probiotic-rich foods. Nope. The end game of having a healthy weight, as well as more energy and a long, healthy life, comes down to a specific switch which you can flip in your body to flush out unnecessary calories. Dr. Stephen Gundry is calling this caloric bypass. And by activating this specific process in your body, he's seen thousands, yes, thousands of people dramatically improve their health, even at age 50 and beyond. This includes losing weight, getting tons more energy, and returning to the good health that they had in their youth once they simply addressed this one key to better health. Dr. Stephen Gundry has lost 70 pounds himself using this research and has kept the weight off for over 20 years and counting. His digestive issues are gone, his health is fantastic, and he feels younger and healthier today than he did in his 40s. His video has been watched by over 20 million people to date, and you can watch and learn more about it at thehealthyfat.com/adapt. And he'll teach you exactly how he's kept his weight off for free at thehealthyfat.com BRICS.com/adapt. Click on that link in the description box below. So does the transition of the global economy. I have been saying the formation of BRICS with the African nations and turning that into a new grain growing area is going to require electricity and energy production first, and right on cue. Now, Nigeria's Dangote refinery talks with Libya to secure oil. So they're taking it away from just crude oil exports, and then they need to re-import finished product. Now they're going to do it all in the same areas where the oil comes from and the refineries are there. Think Louisiana, but in the Niger Delta. And they're already exporting first petrol, refined products, to Cameroon. And this is going to continue. There's so many countries jumping in on the oil game. Oh, Uganda, $4 billion oil refinery coming in, financed by China with the East African crude oil pipeline. Yeah, once they get this going, their economy is off to the races. Now, Sudan offering Russian companies 20 oil wells in safe areas of the country to develop hydroelectric and thermal generation. It's all about the electric power. And if we look at where Russia does have a presence in these different countries here, they're lining up where we in the West got kicked out. Interesting like that. Looking at the Ethiopian Grand Renaissance Dam, another electrical point that they're going to put 6 more dams down after this first initial one. And here we are, the East African Electric Highway. Remember, nothing in the economy shrinks to zero. It disappears from here and it's moved over there. I encourage you to look at the 2025 forecast for what population and economy is going to be for these developed nations by the end of 2025. It would shock you to see how far down our economies are going to go. Just as Thailand joins BRICS partner nation, and then look on the January 1st, other BRICS partner nations, Belarus, Bolivia, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Cuba, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. And I bet they're going to trade amongst each other. What do you think? Oh, El Salvador also coming in. Scaling back Bitcoin dreams for a minute. But its neighbor, Nicaragua, invites Russia to build an alternative to the Panama Canal. And I bet they would also want those transit fees in Bitcoin, just looking into the future. And since we're in Central South America, let's take a look at Cusco, the 17-sided stone at Kenco. Remarkable example of ancient building technology that we cannot replicate today. How did they do it? That's the question. I'm just throwing it at you. Because Europe, not going to have very much going on this year with the undersea electrical cable that was cut the day before yesterday, and now we're looking at like $1,000 a megawatt in Germany, and these prices are going to continue to soar as the natural gas gets cut off on January 1st coming from Russia through Ukraine, and everybody's going to be starved for energy and electricity. That continent, you can just put a big X across there as if we were playing tic-tac-toe, because that one's out of the game. And in Europe, I still marvel at the previous way things were done. 13th century, that's 1200s for you and I. In Italy, 4 marble columns intertwined into a knot with chisels. Okay. So Europe's going to turn into more of this medieval type, wood fire glow-esque, return to the past type of thing as we move forward. But if you're going to go climbing, this is a great photo. In the Alps, what's the risk assessment on this one here? But everywhere I am looking now into 2025, it's contraction this, contraction that. Disconnection here, disconnection there. Trade war here, trade war there, tariffs coming in. This is going to be an upsetting, discombobulated 2025. So get ready for it. It's going to be a little bit different than we've been used to. I could say 2020, it could be like an equivalent upset year where just things change so fast, so drastically, so quickly that, wow, we are in a new world. 2025, I do believe, is going to be something very similar. There's just too much coming unglued. But at the same time, this all new setup in Africa for energy, electricity, food growing, it's all happening at the same record speed as the demolishing of the Western nations is occurring. I mean, it's just a shift of wealth. It's moving from one place to another. So you're going to see more of this as we move into 2025. So I hope you the best in your preparations. I do thank you for watching the video. And if you are looking for storable foods, my Patriot Supply and Adapt 2034 week of food supply. That link's in the description box below with a couple of links for tonight's stories so you can chase down and do some of your own dot connecting. Please share with your friends and family so they can get the conversation started as well. See you next time. Bye for now.